From the 1-800-CALL-SAM studio, I'm John Hewitt. For more, go to 971theticket.com.
Following is a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Good morning. Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Phone. I'm your host, Harvey Freed, alongside of me. Not even a panel. Alex Nafusi, Harry Glanz.
What does that mean, not a panel?
Well, we had like 7 people, special guests showing up. What happened? The wake-up call didn't, Alex?
Everyone thinks it's so easy to get up and, you got to pay attention what you drink the night before.
Nervous, coming on the radio, talking to tens of thousands of their best friends. They get nervous in front of that, Harvey.
People they panic. They go,
November 16th, gentlemen, 2013. It's a beautiful fall day outside. Some rain headed tonight, and it's going to get nasty, I guess, tomorrow. But a great day nonetheless. If you're out there looking for homes, you need to call Capital Mortgage Funding and get that approval letter in your hand. If you don't have it in your hand, very few real estate agents are going to work with you. And it's that added confidence after you sit down with those professionals that will show you the way and how to purchase a house. Quickly, because this is a mortgage show, would you believe it? The Dow Jones close to, Alex, of course, you got a lot of money invested, close to 16,000.
Thank you for that.
The market ended up yesterday 85 points for our financial advisor friends out there. Real close. Ended at 15,961. Next week could be an interesting day. The only reason I bring this up even, Harry, as you're looking at me a little on the odd side, is so many of our clients over the years have taken advantage of using their 401k loans. They didn't have 20% down. They don't have 10% down. They borrow the money against themselves, and they're paying it back into their 401k. So that money's there. It's preserved.
Well, why not borrow the money from yourself at all? And then you pay it back. You're still, you pay it back with a little bit of interest, but you're still getting the natural appreciation when the stock market and your investments go up. So why not borrow the money from yourself and pay yourself back?
Many families out there, and that's why I bring this up, don't even understand that they can do that. Again, they think there's severe penalties to doing this. And again, we don't want to advise.
Sometimes there are. It's
and
on
there
a case-by-case basis. Every 401k is structured differently. You have to be very careful before you start pulling money from those, because you got to pay taxes on it. And there's a penalty also sometimes to take it out early.
Paying yourself back is the alternative to doing all those things. So it's just sort of interesting. And again, with the Ultimate Advantage program, with our 5% down, no PMI programs, there's so many opportunities out there for families to purchase homes. And of course, always the FHA loans with 3.5% down. It's great when you can find a way to get into the house. I think the key is really to get that added confidence. You sit down with the mortgage professionals. You need more and more professional people in your corner when you're purchasing a house nowadays. One of the new things I brought up last week that the CFPB, that's the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, has put out there was this home counseling. I don't want to go there right now, gentlemen, but of course, here, you do know that I called about 3 of them yesterday. What another debacle set up by the government, but I don't want to get there quite yet.
Yeah, Harvey's on a mission right now to see who in our industry is qualified to be a home counselor, because the CFPB is putting this out there. So Harvey's on the phone calling people up, and then, of course, I get the look in the office, and he says, these people don't know what they're talking about. But honestly, what the whole CFPB thing is that we as lenders and the lender community has to set borrowers up. You've heard me say it 1,000 times. We have to set the borrower community up to be successful. You can't put people in programs that they're not going to be able to make the payment. Just because you think you can make a payment, and I like it, you'll grow into your payment. I never bought into that philosophy. It goes like this. You either can make the payment, feel comfortable with it, or you can't. If you don't feel comfortable with something you're doing with anything in life, just don't do it. That's the alarm bell that goes off in your head. But the bottom line is that, home ownership is better than renting if you can afford it. And that's the key thing. You have to be able to afford it and feel comfortable with it. Fixed rate products right now are still the best way to go, unless you're going to be in a house a very short period of time, or you understand that an adjustable rate is just a financial tool for a short period of time.
There's still a fiduciary. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and we don't recommend adjustable rate mortgages to everybody. Only people that understand it, that are going to use it for the time frame that they're going to be.
There's still a fiduciary responsibility on the borrower, though, and and the government comes in with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. To take the counseling this, counseling that. First of all, who are the people counseling you? I mean, I would go on record that 9 out of 10 of those people don't have their own house. That I have better credit than all of them anyway, and I know more about finance than all of them put together. Secondly, if you're buying a house and someone has to tell you hey, dude, you make $2,000 a month and your house payment's $1,500. You don't qualify. If someone has to tell you that, you shouldn't be buying a house. You should be renting. Don't deserve to be homeless. Obviously, have a roof over your head. But I mean, you're a lifelong renter. I mean, dude, I always laugh when I'm sitting up. I'm watching TV with Stacy and see those commercials, and it'll be like whatever for like the Ford Focus. And it'll be like the one where it drives off the cliff and it's flying around.
Well,
or
Alex,
whatever.
while we agree with all that, we can agree with all that, but people are always looking to blame somebody else for
and
their
at the
issue.
bottom of the screen, it always says, "Do not try this at home." Dude, if they have to put on the bottom of the screen now, "Don't drive your truck off a cliff," that's just stupid, man. I mean, it's the same thing with the counseling.
Educating the borrower has always been our gig at Capital Mortgage. Always when you deal with professionals, no matter what industry you're at, if you see the doctor and he sits down and he educates you, that's great bedside manner, they call it. And that's what we really have at Capital Mortgage. If any of you are listening, you're thinking about purchasing a house, be sure to call us at 1-800-LOW-RATE.
Well, the
best
analogy,
mortgage
Harvey, you
banker.
bring that up. The analogy is that if you're sick and you go see a doctor and you walk in the doctor's office, they don't just hand you pills and prescriptions or anything like that. What do? They bring you in the examination room. They take your vital signs. They do your blood pressure, check your heart rate, and they ask you questions. How long have you been sick? How long have you been feeling this way? And they do a comprehensive question and answer session with you, and they do some testing.
Come and get some
that's
bedside
it.
manner with us at
Right.
Capital Mortgage if
So,
you're buying a house.
Same thing we do. Same thing we do. We ask questions. Where do you work? How long have you worked there? How much money do you make? What area you want to live in? What's comfortable for you? And then we go over it. But
We're going to take
take
all your calls here this morning, of course, on the Hardcore Mortgage Show, 248-539-9797. You can always also email us at mortgage.show@lowrateonline.com. We always return all the phone calls and emails, and we looking forward to many of buyers
returning phone calls.
I forgot
here we
about
go.
that.
I made a note and I forgot about this.
So-
Last week's show was kicked off by a wonderful caller who called up and said, we didn't call him back and said, I want to buy a house, and no one called me back. And Harvey
boy.
whoa, dude, listen, man, this is how Harvey and I pay our bills and how we keep the lights on at Capital Mortgage Funding. Trust me, everyone that calls the show gets a call back. You may not have listened to the voicemail or checked your messages, but everyone gets a call back. Needless to say, Harvey and I were vilified for not calling the guy back, and he wanted to buy a house, and he was ready to roll. Tell us how his credit was, Harvey.
You don't need
Not
to do that.
very good. Without getting too technical about it, I guess the part that really bothers us, you got to help yourself. Look, if we didn't call you back here, we try to, definitely give us a phone call. Get professional people in front of you.
But
and
isn't
there's
that
another reason.
That's part of customer service, though, right?
Yes.
Okay, here's the way it works. Part of customer service, and I get people all the time. You spoil them, which we're supposed to spoil our clients, and you're calling them a second after they text you, 10 minutes after they call you. It doesn't matter how many meetings you're in or not, even on a Sunday afternoon.
Sure.
I failed to call a guy back within 3 hours of his phone call, right? He called me, and I called him back a little after 3 hours.
Not too bad.
He texts me at 3 o'clock. I called him back at 6 o'clock. The next day, he complained to somebody in our office
course.
that I didn't return his phone calls. I love it. But you have to expect that, and I don't mind it. I like dealing with the general public. And talking about that, we had a meet and greet on the east side. We had one in Sterling Heights at Champs, at Hall Road and Van Dyke out there. And we had that planned for a long time because we get out in the community and we do those kind of things. Macomb County right now, hottest county in our area. In October, home sales were up 39.6%, and home prices were up almost 30%. Macomb County's going crazy right now.
Yeah, and so are all the other counties, actually.
That's right.
Not as much as Macomb,
Macomb's
but
our
definitely.
leader right now.
New construction is really happening out there. We've seen it across. We're going to have some builder. Actually, we're going to have a builder, Downriver Builder, on next weekend. We missed out on our Royal Oak Builder this morning. We'll have him back as a special guest. If you're considering new construction, be sure to call Capital Mortgage Funding. We'll show you how to get it done. New home purchases applications are actually up 11% compared to September. For October, the MBAS, the Mortgage Bankers Association builder information, said that 67% are conventional loans, just about under 18% were FHAs, almost 14% were VA loans. Lots of opportunities out there. You can use just about any program to close on a new construction. I say just about any program. Again, what type of house is this? Is it a single family house, a site condo? These things do fall into the equation. What else do we have for you? We want you to come and join us here, 248-539-9797. And, of course, we always have to talk about mortgage rates. Back to where they were in October, I would say. Rates basically the same for the past few weeks. Maybe the costs have changed a little bit. If you understand what that means, the same interest rate, if they get a little better, sometimes they improve a little bit where the closing costs can be reduced. So really about the same for the last few weeks.
We're in a great place right now. It's been that way for, as you say, several weeks now. We're in a great place. Rates are stable. Somebody asked me the other day, well, Harry, I think rates are going to go up. Well, they can't go down much more. Of course they're going to go up. And
Brilliant.
we think,
prediction.
the bottom line is, when are they going to go up? And you don't want to predict that. If you're looking to buy a home now and you see something you like, rates are, again, in mid-1960s levels. Talked about that. But here's the other thing. I thought we were out of the woods on appraisals. I really did. I thought that there were enough summer appraisals coming into the fall, had tremendous home sales in fall. There are still certain areas that the values haven't caught up with the sales. And I came up with a flurry of rebuttals this week. It's the first time in a long time. But, they will catch up.
Lines are open for that conversation also.
Yeah,
I was going to wait till the next. Go ahead.
Now I want to hear about the values.
248-539-9797. I was going to wait till the next segment to go with that. I had a loft in Royal Oak that came in. It came in low. It came in light, and I knew when I got the purchase agreement, it was going to come in light. Go ahead. We're going to break.
That's it. We'll go to a break real quick. When we come back, all of your calls 248-539-9797. Good morning, everybody.
At the Earhart BMW Happier New Year sales event, get the 2014 320 X-Drive from $299 per month for 36 months with $2,750 down. With the largest selection in Earhart's exclusive privilege program, visit Earhart BMW Bloomfield Hills, Farmington Hills, EarhartBMW.com.
Hi, Harry Glantz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, so what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. Look, if you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Capital Mortgage Funding is a proud division of United Shore Financial Services, NMLS number 3038, Equal Housing Lender. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE.
So where can you find affordable health insurance? National Benefit Plans, that's where. Hi, Mike Prepura here. For over 20 years, we've provided affordable health insurance for Metro Detroiters just like you. Call 877-734-2200. Your plan can include dental, vision, prescription, your choice of doctors, hospitals, life insurance, whatever you need. Call 877-734-2200. That's 877-734-2200 or on the web at nbphealth.com. And remember, National Benefit Plans would like to be your health and life insurance agency for a lifetime.
Fire up Chip.
Keeps his speed, dragging defender, breaks Texas on his feet, Akron territory, he cut go. Ball is loose.
It's the team that can keep playing and a team that makes a play.
45-40 makes a move, cuts it back, it's rid of it, it's intercepted, and the Chippewas might have it.
Central Michigan is ready to take down the MAC on the road to Detroit. Listen this Saturday. CMU travels to Kalamazoo and meets Western Michigan. Our coverage begins at 11 on your exclusive home for CMU football.
Catch CMU football all season long on CBS Sports Radio 1270 Detroit.
Hey, what are you listening to?
Just my favorite HD2 channel.
HD2?
Yeah, on my new Insignia NS-HD Rad that I got from Best Buy. Local stations offer a bunch of different free programs. All you need is an HD radio receiver.
Cool. Well, what kind of programs?
Well, some of my faves are the indie rock and dance channels, but there's also bluegrass, jazz, whatever. I'm headed back to Best Buy to get an Insignia portable HD radio for the gym. You should get one too.
Sounds good. Let's go.
HD radio technology, available at Best Buy. Learn more at hdradio.com.
Ahoy, young swashbuckler. It's time you put me, the Fisher-Price Imaginext pirate ship, on your holiday list. We'll travel to the land of 1,000 wedgies, sail the treacherous Stinky Feet Sea, to find the treasure chest filled with candy. Ooh, we're going to have fun. I mean, harg.
Something missing from your list, like Fisher-Price, Barbie, or Play School toys? Get to Kohl's Making the List sale for lots of great savings and earn Kohl's Cash. This Friday and Saturday, Kohl's. Expect great things.
Go to magicwindow.com and save 50% on new windows. That's magic with a J. Magicwindow.com.
Twin brothers with a motive for watching CSI. Did they learn how to commit the perfect murder? 48 Hours tonight on CBS.
Helmet-to-helmet contact. Legal here.
97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back to the show. We're going to broadcast till 10 o'clock. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. I know we have a whole group there this morning. If you're interested in getting that approval letter, you want to talk about refinancing, definitely give us a call here on the show, 248-539-9797, always taking your calls. Alex, we had this little conversation, and again, sometimes throughout the mortgage world, this pops up. You know, should I pay points? Should I pay down maybe to knock an eighth or 0.25% off my mortgage? And the math never lies. And Harry, as you just mentioned off the break, we were bringing this up. it just makes sense sometimes. Again, we're talking about families that are getting these houses at all-time lows. They're going to raise their families here. These are 30-year fixed mortgages. Yeah, if you have some extra money and you don't need to fix up the house and you're not buried in other credit card debt right now, maybe paying down, maybe to knock down the interest rate $30 or $40 doesn't sound like it adds up now, but it could over the long
haul. Over the
haul.
course of 360 payments, yeah,
Right.
it does. It's just run the mathematical equation. How long does it take to recover your costs?
So you're not getting any money. If you deposit in your savings account now, what kind of interest rate you're getting? on
0.00001.
So if you go ahead and you take it and you buy down the rate with points, you're making immediate savings. It's immediate investment into lowering your payment.
If you think you're going to get a fixed rate, if you don't find yourself in a situation where you stole the house and you might want to refinance it next year, or even in the next 3 or 4 years. Again, it all depends who you are and what you are. It's so important that you actually sit down with the right advisors on your mortgage. And again, Alex, you've brought this up. A lot of people came back into the industry, and then we see people making the same mistakes, and they're trying to do their mortgage shopping rates, and they're over the phone. And there's just so many other intangible things that come up when you're purchasing a house, such as how much are you putting down now, and what other reasons might you want to refinance 2 or 3 years from now? Or do you need money to fix up the house and even pay off other debts?
I mean, again, it's like you got to find someone that knows they're doing that you trust. And I've said for years and years and years, if you make a spreadsheet and you put what I can offer you against every single mortgage lender in the entire country, you're going to find a lower quote. I'm telling you right now, I pick no bones about it. Maybe you'll close at that rate and costs. Maybe you won't. Maybe you won't close at all. Maybe it'll be halfway through the deal, and they'll say, "Hey, man, you don't even qualify for this. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing." But I mean, I put a lot of weight in the fact that you can walk in and shake my hand. I mean, I'm right on 12 Mile, man. I mean, that's there's pick no bones about it. I am not in some building in out of California. I'm a regular dude, man. I mean, that's all it is.
Well, I put a lot of stock in the fact that we work for a living. I mean, we don't sit behind desks, drink coffee, read reports, spill powdered sugar on the reports on our desk, and spend the whole day cleaning up our office. I mean, we're out there. We're in the community. We've done billions with a B dollars worth of transactions. We're in a tough area. Detroit, metropolitan Detroit, Michigan, tough area. We know the ins and outs. We know the neighborhoods. We know where you live. We know about the trials and tribulations of the mortgage industry, the ups and downs. You're talking about, going into my 25th year, 26th year, something like that. I mean, and we have people that are vastly experiences, wide array of experiences at many different places that we brought together all under one roof, that we know what we're doing. I mean, you don't look. I'm worth more than a quarter in rate. Okay, that's how I feel about it. But that doesn't mean I'm going to charge it. You'll get the best rate we can possibly give.
248-539-9797. We got some open lines. We're going to get to some calls here in a little bit. Again, 248-539-9797 till 10 o'clock. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Show. Alex, just in that conversation still to finish it up with, do you have some extra money? Do you want to pay it down a little bit? Or are there other debts that you need to pay down? We had the situation recently come up as you were checking out the Oakland Press. Actually, there was a typo. We were talking about the elections we had, and they actually put in there that the millage was increased wrong. And again, when you're buying a house now, these are all-time lows. Property taxes most likely will go up. We've seen homeownership insurance, or the homeowner's insurance, go up recently. So you got to be careful. Again, are utility costs going up? Yeah. Are these different things while you sit down with the professionals and figure it all out? Yeah. So you don't have a problem 3 or 4 years and get back into the same bad situation others did.
It's like you said, Harry, you talked about using people that know what they're talking about and someone that's going to set you up to be successful. Stacey and I thought we found a house 18 months ago. Like, great house. We loved it, and we're like ready to roll. And you bring up, okay, you got the house payment. Awesome. You got property taxes. Great. Figured in. Homeowner's insurance. Figured in. This house is on a pretty big lot. I mean, it had a pool, and my father calls me Broski. He's like, Broski, I got to tell you something, man. He's at a pool forever.
Yeah.
He goes, do you know how much my gas bill is in the summer to heat that pool? I'm like, no, I don't know. I've owned 3 houses, man. I mean, I have no idea. He goes, let me tell you how much it's going to cost to take care of that. I mean, it was like under $2,000 a month.
It can get crazy.
You have to think about all that, man.
All right, let's try some calls here. We've got Amy out in Plymouth. Good morning, Amy. Welcome to the show.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I was just calling to ask you guys about building. My husband and I right now own a home, and we have about $20,000 equity. We've been looking around at homes on the market, thinking of moving, but we can't find anything we like, and we were thinking of building. I've heard, though, that builder's loans or construction loans are pretty much impossible to get right now, or that if you do get one, you have to have at least 25 to 30% down, and I was wondering if that's accurate and how hard it is to get a loan.
It's kind of a two-part question, Amy. You know, a true new construction loan where you're gonna get what's called a draw loan, where you're gonna get money to purchase the land, like a vacant lot, and then hire an architect and dig the hole and frame it. Those are difficult to get. You're gonna need 25, 30% down to get those. A lot of builders now, especially the new construction ones that are good, solid builders building, basically subdivisions. You can do what's called an end loan, so you're just paying the builder back at the end.
So a lot of times they might take up front $5,000 when they frame the house. At the end of the day, maybe another $5,000. Maybe you'll have $10,000 or $20,000 out of pocket, and now you're still living in your existing house, and then preparing as the house is being built. And then again, maybe the house is going to be done in May or June or July, and then that's called the end loan. Amy, not as hard definitely to get into new construction. We see new construction's up, and I'm curious. Plymouth is such a great area. Have you checked out the fact that if you sold your house for X minus the commission and transfer tax, you really got to figure out what you're going to have at the end of the day with that? Does that make sense to you?
I'm sorry, what exactly do you mean?
You said you had you said you had $20,000 in equity, but after you sell the house with the commission and other fees involved, the transfer tax, revenue stamp, and title insurance, you might not have $20,000.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
So you be careful there. But go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, do you think now is a good time to build, or do you think it's better to still look around? There's deals to be had on the market.
It's up to you. I mean, I've been looking for months and months for a new house, and there's just not a ton out there. I mean, I'm okay with new construction. Yeah. I think it's a great way to go. I mean, you can pick out, your own tile and colors and all that, and it's your house. You're the first one to live there.
New construction's hot right now, but if you find a builder that is, a little slower during the winter, they're more apt to make a deal. I'm not saying they will. I'm just saying they're more apt to make a deal in November, December, and January. And then when they start breaking ground after the frost, everything looks nicer in the spring and summer. So, obviously the demand's going to be higher. So it's a shopping process. It's something you shouldn't take lightly, and you should do your homework.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks for calling. We'll definitely follow up to see if we can help her with the mortgage. Alex, we ran into this really about 8 months ago when we saw some of the people were signing up for new construction. All of a sudden now those homes are going for $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 more. That's been going on here in Southeast Michigan. There's such a lack of, as you said, Alex, great houses out there. Alex, you would drive me nuts. You guys have been looking for a house for over a year.
It's patience.
Patience.
You gotta be patient,
I like
man.
it. I think
Poor Josh over at Skyward Realty has been driving you around at over almost $4 a gallon. That is great.
And his Taurus show with that huge V8 probably gets 9 miles a gallon. But
we got a bicycle tour, so you guys should get like a moped and view all the homes.
Yeah, we were talking about that. We're going to get some of those little Vespas and just drive around together. Josh and I were.
Bad idea.
That'd be great.
We got some open lines here this morning. 248-539-9797. Always funny stuff when you take a look back at what happened on the week of mortgages and real estate. There's a crazy little show I was watching yesterday. It was on CNBC, and this gentleman was saying how home ownership, I don't want to use this word, but I will, it sucks. It's for suckers. And watching this, it was about a 5 to 10 minute little debate, and there was a mortgage guy on there. And sure enough, they asked the gentleman who said that home ownership's not good, it's for suckers, if he owns a home. And of course, the answer was yes, he owns a home, and yes, that he bought it in 2006 and bought it at the highest levels ever. And that's why he was coming out with this. So again, when you talk to families, you really got to know.
He just made a bad mistake. He just made a mistake.
It's a mistake that people you couldn't control that. My question is, did he overbuy at the time? Did he have to have the big,
of course he did.
McMansion?
Of course he
and
did. Absolutely.
Then it went down because of the market went down, and now he's all angry about it. So he probably overbought. My opinion is probably overbought in the first place, because guess what? If you're going to be there a while, what's the difference?
You're raising your family. The kids are going to school.
You bought it for quality of life, okay? And it's still the same house you bought. It's still that McMansion that you bought. Enjoy it. Move on. You can't control the market.
It's like saying the stock market sucks because you bought Enron. And
right.
You got to be able to control what you can control. It's not your fault. Just live there. Send your kids to school, have fun, and move on.
Okay, you got to tune to the Hardcore Mortgage Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. We have people in the office all day long. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. We always take your emails at mortgage.show.
Let's talk about the appraisal issue, Alex. Let's go.
Oh, my goodness. So I had this one. I had this loft in Royal Oak. And I knew it was going to come in. I mean, it was an awesome unit, but I knew as soon as I saw the purchase agreement, it was going to come in low. And it was a great appraisal. As much as I complain about appraisals sometimes, this one really, really was solid. So of course I said to make the call to the realtor, and I said, dude, there's no way this. I mean, here's what it's worth. It's not worth $410. It's worth $360, man. I don't know where you get $410 from. This realtor, first of all, he starts with the price per square foot. And then any realtor that's been in the business for more than a month knows that appraisals on a mortgage transaction don't go by price per square foot. They go by comparable sales. It goes by what's sold comparable to that property that I can prove it's worth.
But it's not only realtors or builders or whoever. The general public want to go ahead and multiply their square footage by a certain price and say, okay, this is what my house is worth. It's not based on that.
It does make sense. I understand that. This is the best part, though. This is the best part. So the guy goes, well, this has Southwest exposure. That alone is worth $25,000.
Yeah.
Southwest exposure. I go, dude, you're not overlooking Central Park, man. I mean, you're talking about looking south on Main Street or north up Main Street.
Let's agree the sun shines all in your backyard when you have Southwest exposure. It is nice, sir. But
it's like buying a house in Chicago. Well, it overlooks Lake Michigan. This doesn't overlook Lake Michigan, dude. Stop. Stop with this.
When we come back, lots of your mortgage questions. 248-539-9797. Come on back and join us.
So you're telling me you really don't know how to play poker?
Nope.
You've never heard of a full house?
Sure, when my in-laws come over.
No. How about two pairs?
No, thanks. I like apples better.
Ever drawn three of a kind?
Drawn? No, I'm not very artistic.
You know what? The Michigan Lottery has the perfect game for you.
Really?
Yep. New Poker Lotto. The game that combines the sudden excitement of winning instantly and the big nightly jackpots of a lotto drawing. And best of all, you don't have to know anything about poker to play.
Good, because when it comes to poker, I don't know jack or king or queen.
No problem. Here's the deal. Get a ticket at a participating retailer and watch your poker cards being dealt right on the in-store lottery monitor. There are 13 ways to win. You could win up to $5,000 instantly.
Cool.
And then take that same ticket home, and it becomes a lotto ticket. Good for the Poker Lotto nightly drawing, where you could win up to $100,000.
2 chances to win?
Yeah.
Deal me in.
Be glad to.
Wow. Who knew? I'm a poker player.
A Poker Lotto player.
Right?
New Poker Lotto from the Michigan Lottery. It's 2 great games in every hand.
Yeah.
In today's economy, you hear a lot about investing, but it's not always about stocks and bonds. Even the little things you do today can save you money tomorrow, like investing in your water softener. That's where Morton comes in. You see, Morton System Saver 2 water softening pellets help prevent scale buildup in dishwashers, faucets, pipes, and water heaters. And the patented formula cleans your water softener as it works. With continuous use, Morton System Saver 2 can extend the life of your expensive water softener. So Morton saves you time and money on repairs and replacements. It's a great way to save your hard-earned money. Sounds like a good investment, right? Morton System Saver 2. It's America's #1 brand of water softening salt for a reason. Visit mortonsalt.com for more details and to find a retailer near you.
Extending water softener life based on external laboratory testing of continuous use of System Saver 2 versus plain salt over the life of the softener using hard water with an average clear water iron content of 1.1 parts per million.
If you're a small business owner, you need to hear this message from Tryon Solutions. Do you know how your employment-related costs compare to other small businesses? How much time do you spend on HR-related paperwork? Do you really have the expertise to ensure your business is getting the right benefits at the right costs? You should consider outsourcing your HR services to a company that can provide you with the purchasing power and expertise needed. Tryon Solutions can manage your payroll, health insurance, 401k retirement program, cafeteria-style benefits, workers' compensation, unemployment claims, and even government compliance issues. Tryon believes in what they do and delivers results. Call by the end of the year and your first month is free. Outsource your HR to Tryon Solutions at 800-681-WORKS. That's 800-681-9675. Or visit TryonWorks.com. That's TRION Works.com. Tryon works for you.
All right, look, if you're going to do steak, you got to do it right. No preformed steak patties or pucks. I don't want symmetrical steak. I want tender slices of steak seasoned to perfection. And I want it all day long. Like at Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop. The only place I'll go for a hearty steak and egg biscuit breakfast sandwich in the morning and a crispy steak and cheese panini in the afternoon. Both grilled hot and served the way I like them. Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop. Great tasting food, amazing prices. At participating U.S. restaurants for limited time.
Okay, honey. Diamond Crystal Salt is now in the water softener.
Brilliant.
I just extended the life of our plumbing and appliances.
Thrifty.
We'll have softer and brighter clothes.
Comfortable.
And we'll reduce spots on our dishes.
You are an amazing husband.
How so?
Because you made 2 brilliant choices. Diamond Crystal Salt and me.
Diamond Crystal Salt. A brilliant choice since 1886.
Your best choice for hard water is Diamond Crystal Salt at most major retailers.
Tune in this Sunday as the Lions head to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Game time 1 p.m. Presented by Ford, the official automotive company of the Detroit Lions Radio Network. StatClash.com is quickly becoming the #1 fantasy sports site. Play for free, $1, even $1,000. Daily contests with no commitment. Enter promo code TICKET for a 100% bonus match. StatClash.com. Play, win, get paid.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by Foundation Systems of Michigan. After a rough couple of weeks, the Wolverines look to get back to their winning ways today. And they visit Evanston, and hopefully we'll get back to that winning way as they take on the Wildcats. Losers of 3 of the last 4 underdogs going in, according to Vegas oddmakers. Brady Hoke says part of the blame can be placed on having young talent.
They get a lot of the hits, and some of it justified, some of it not, and it's on us ultimately as coaches. But, experience in anything. The more you do something, the better you get at it. We have high expectations, and those go not just for the football team in general, but for the positions and the guys who have come before.
Pregame starts at 1 o'clock, kickoff 3:30 on our sister station, your home for Wolverines football, WWJ News Radio 950. Battle for the leaders of the legends, I should say, in Lincoln this afternoon. 14th-ranked Michigan State looking to defeat Nebraska for the first time in program history. If they do, it guarantees a trip to the Big Ten championship game in 3 weeks in Indianapolis. Elsewhere, noon kicks around the Big Ten. 3rd-ranked Ohio State at Illinois. Indiana against 22nd-ranked Wisconsin in Madison. And Purdue travels to Penn State. College basketball last night, not easy. Possibly a bit of a Kentucky hangover, but MSU does win over Columbia, 62-53. Adrian Payne with 26 points, 11 rebounds. The Pistons come up big on the road for the first time this season, ending their 4-game losing streak in the process. They defeat Sacramento 97-90. Andre Drummond with a big night, going for 15 points and 18 rebounds.
Well, we came out swinging first. We played real hard. We attacked them first and kind of got them off of their game. And after that, we just continued to keep a steady pace and came up with a win.
And the Red Wings last night, unfortunately, fall to the Washington Capitals at the Joe in another shootout, 4-3. 7 losses in a row at home now, 11 straight overtime losses for the Wings. From the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, I'm John Hewitt. More coming up at 10 o'clock and at 97.1theticket.com.
On your radio and streaming worldwide, we show the world what Detroiters are made of.
97.1 The Ticket.
All right, welcome back to the show. We broadcast all the way till 10 o'clock. It's a Hardcore Mortgage Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host, Harvey Freed. Alex Nafusi, Harry Glanz.
So you notice that guy's got that cool radio voice.
He does.
He's got that good John. Where'd John come from? I like that. He's got that silky smooth radio voice. Hey, I'm a radio guy.
Lots to talk about. Again, we're up till 10 o'clock. 248-539-9797. If you want to become a homeowner, definitely give us a phone call. There's a lot of things we can do now so that you're prepared to become a homeowner come the springtime. And again, things are a little quieter now. So if some houses are on the market, this might be a great opportunity. Why interest rates are still at all-time lows. Of course, rates probably won't get much better than they're at today and eventually start trickling up towards the spring. And we're expecting a great home buying season here in Southeast Michigan. A lot of families consider maybe moving up, downsizing. Find out what you can do to get your house and your financial house in order to really benefit yourself down the road. That's what we do.
Here's what's cool right now going into like the holiday season. People as a whole, especially in Michigan, they don't want to move now. Like people, they get in shutdown mode from basically Thanksgiving through maybe the end of March. The cool thing is the market was so hot and there were so many houses on the market. We're like, we'll just throw it out there for $500,000 if somebody wants it. They can make an offer on it. You're going to see those prices coming down and down and down. So if you're actively looking, you just got to pay attention. They're going to start dropping the prices for sure, man.
Well, in January 2012, I remember getting together in our conference room. We said we knew that 2012 was going to be a good home buying year. All right, 2012 was a good home buying year, but 2013, this year, has eclipsed 2012. Now, what's in store for 2014? I don't make predictions. I'm not a weatherman. They're only 50% right. So the bottom line looks something like this. The market is trending. It's still hot. Are there going to be enough properties right now to go ahead and meet the demand? That is the question right right now. So you know what happens in the supply and demand, economics 101. Right now, you're seeing that increase in that purchase price. However, in the state of Michigan, as Alex said, who wants to have people traipse through their house in the wintertime around holidays? You already have to get your carpets cleaned a couple times anyways. You don't want to do it again, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you know what? People that have houses on the market right now want to sell them, maybe get a little better deal than you would in the spring, probably. And people that want to buy, all right, they're looking for a deal, but they also want to buy that nice house too. So it's a great time. It's a great time to buy. It's also a great time to be a seller.
So many opportunities out there. Again, just got to figure out where you fall into this. What a great idea to give your family a gift for the holidays. How about maybe sit down the family down and say, you guys want to move? Is this a time? Is this something we want to look at? Also, VA loans out there, all our veterans listening out there, the opportunities for you are just really tremendous now. You've served the country. You've done us proud. We're proud of you. Now take advantage of what the government has laid out. The VA program allows you, with your eligibility, to purchase at zero down. There's no mortgage insurance attached down to the loans. The interest rates are very similar to conventional and FHA rates. These opportunities are fantastic. And really on the other end of the purchase is the refinances. You can do a VA 90% cash out transaction. So all you veterans out there that maybe you got a little bit of debt that's weighing you down, giving you too much stress at night, take a look at this. Give us a phone call. Let us cram the numbers for you. You can go up to 90% of the equity in your house. You might want to consolidate a first and a second mortgage. You might want to consolidate all your debt with your existing mortgage. The savings are tremendous. Again, a lot of families don't know that they can consolidate or pull that equity out. But again, if you're a veteran, take advantage of the eligibility that you definitely have. 248-539-9797. We'll go back to some callers. We've got Ed out there in Madison Heights. Good morning, Ed. Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Ed?
I've got a $100,000 mortgage still on my home, 101 I owe. And I had it appraised a couple of months back at 180.
That's outstanding.
Currently, my rate is 4.625, and I was wondering if it'd do me any good to refinance.
You on a 30-year fixed?
No, 15.
Yeah, if you're on a 15. Go ahead.
Huh?
I was going to say, if you're on a 15-year, I think you should definitely refinance. How far into the 15-year term are you?
A couple of years.
Oh, sure.
I mean, I think we should take a look at maybe moving it to a 10-year. I think rates are low enough that you might be able, payment bump up a little bit on you. But I mean, if we can get that thing paid off in 10 years versus the 13 you have remaining, and the payment stays about the same,
well,
absolutely, man.
Okay, excuse me. Right now I've been paying $1,500 a month.
Okay.
Which is way over what it's supposed to be. I think it was like 10.87 or a month. Or something.
Absolutely, man. Let me do this. Let me call you after the show. I'll run some numbers for you. But I think it makes sense for sure.
Ed, we're going to definitely show you how to do
man.
this. Yeah, we'll get you down to a 10-year. You knock 3 years or whatever he's got, maybe 2.5 years of mortgage payments off.
That's my favorite call. As you know, that's my favorite call of all time. When somebody's on a 15-year and they want to take it down or they want to save money on their 15-year, maybe pay it off a little bit early, that's the favorite call of all time.
He's already overpaying.
Well, he can save tens of thousands of dollars and recoup it.
Well, that's the point of homeownership. There's just one dude that I don't know why he hates Harvey and I so much, but he emails us sometimes. He's the guy. He's like the nomad that says that homeownership is for it's the
guy lives in a teepee.
Yeah, it's this weird dude. He's like a nomad and says you're tied down and the banks are pulling strings on society. It's weirdo. But the thing is with Ed's call, the point of homeownership is to pay the house off so you are living, so you do own something. If you're getting a 30-year fixed, and refinancing every 5 years and taking cash out and extending the term forever and forever and forever, dude, you're basically renting from yourself. The point is to pay it off. No one says you have to get a 30-year fixed mortgage. You can get a 10-year fixed mortgage. You don't have to have the steam shower and then the bidet or whatever the hell people get in the high-end houses. You can buy a house you can afford. You can pay it off.
Well, that's right. You can get a 30-year term, but you can make extra payments toward the principal, and you can do your own flexible,
absolutely, dude,
and pay it off early. A flexible payment plan. Why not? I mean, there's so many things you can do, but the main thing that we're trying to tell people is don't overextend yourself. Make it comfortable for yourself.
Hence, great segue, gentlemen. The HARP loans are back. They're back, and there's a lot of families that haven't taken advantage. Maybe 2 million of you out there still that have not taken advantage of the Homes Affordable Refinance Program. Nearly 5 years old. Boy, it seems like it was just yesterday. It started back in March of 2009 as part of the economic stimulus, which was supposed to help people save money. And that money was supposed to get back into the communities and really build it's an economic stimulus package, not a housing stimulus package. But we've seen families take advantage of it, even though they're severely underwater on their house. You can subordinate your second mortgage. Again, you could take your 30-year mortgage and knock it down to a 15-year fix using the HARP program, Homes Affordable Refinance Program. Some recent changes were done over the last couple of years, and HARP 3 might be around the corner. Basically, they've got some of the changes might be that it does not have to be a Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac loan. Potentially, these are all potentially currently in committee in Congress, and also they might waive some other type of conditions. Again, sometimes appraisals are required on these HARP loans.
Quite the brainstorm.
Yeah, but they're getting there. Again, they're just trying to figure out another way to help more and more families that are severely underwater in the house stay in the house. The program has worked. Most of the programs have worked over the last 3 years. The program has worked, but we got to reach out to all you other families that haven't taken advantage of it. If you're underwater on your house, be sure to call Capital Mortgage at 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. We'll be right back here on the show, 248-539-9797. All of your calls.
Detroit Metro Airport. McNamara Garage daily parking is only $20 per day. The Big Blue Deck serving North Terminal, daily parking just $10 per day. You deserve it. We're saving a spot for you. Saving a spot for you.
So you know how everyone always says the best things in life are free? Well, at Planet Fitness, we couldn't agree more. That's why we have things like free Tootsie Rolls at the front desk and a free Bagel Tuesday every month. It's also why we offer unlimited fitness training with all our memberships. And right now, when you sign up for just $5 down and then pay only $10 per month, we're giving you your first month free. That's right. From now until November 17th, you can join the judgment-free zone and get your first month absolutely, positively on the house free. When you join, you'll also get a clean, comfortable environment that's not only ego-free and hassle-free, but that's also free of any gym intimidation. So if you have some free time, feel free to stop by the club or join online at planetfitness.com for just $5 down, then just $10 a month. And get your first month totally free. Now until November 17th. Home club only. Annual membership fee applies. At participating locations only. See club for details.
Hey, it's Guy Fieri. And before the game, it's all about the tailgating. Burgers, sausage and peppers, onions, hot wings, you name it. But come game time, if you got yourself a whole bunch of heartburn, roll out the Rolaids.
Don't let heartburn keep you from enjoying the things you love. Rolaids gets you back in the action fast. Its dual-active formula neutralizes more acid than Tums. For indigestion and heartburn, get rapid relief with Rolaids.
Rolaids? Now that's how you spell relief.
Use as directed. Acid neutralization may not correlate with symptom relief.
Excuse me, sir.
Hi, what do you need?
Pants in a 44 waist?
Looking for something lace?
No, a 44 waist?
A shoelace?
I need a 44 waist.
We don't carry that size.
What? I won a prize?
No.
Stop shopping in no man's land. Destination XL is a better way for bigger men to find clothes and is now open in Troy, Novi, and Lathrop Village. Destination XL, big on being better.
Is a luxury automobile on your wish list? What is your strategy? Sit on Santa's lap and tell him what you want? Some advice from the Lincoln Motor Company. Don't be surprised by what he says back, because the Jolly One really does know all. How? He asks the right questions, like, who is the most fuel-efficient luxury hybrid in America? The Lincoln MKZ Hybrid. And between the Lincoln MKZ and the Lexus ES, who offers an available retractable panoramic roof? The Lincoln MKZ. Who offers available inflatable rear safety belts? Again, the Lincoln MKZ. Looking to wake up to a new luxury vehicle in the garage? It can happen, because now really is the time of year when wishes come true.
The Lincoln Wish List sales event is on. Right now, sign and drive off with an exceptional offer on the 2014 Lincoln MKZ or MKZ Hybrid. EPA estimated rating of 45 city, 45 highway, 45 combined MPG. Actual mileage will vary.
The Home Depot has Black Friday prices now. So
Let's beat the early bird and save $200 on select Maytag or GE high-efficiency washers. Your choice, just $3.99 each. Both are Energy Star qualified, which means your energy bills get better as your clothes get cleaner. Let's do this with Black Friday prices now. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. While supplies last, valid through December 4th, U.S. only. See store for details.
Listen to Stoney and Bill mornings on 97.1 The Ticket all next week for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see the Pistons, plus an autographed Pistons basketball. There are still great seats available for the upcoming Pistons game against the Atlanta Hawks November 22nd and Milwaukee Bucks November 25th. Go to Pistons.com for more info. You can also register online at 971theticket.com for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see the Pistons take on the Chicago Bulls at the Palace November 27th. And if you don't win, tickets are still available at Pistons.com.
Congratulations once again to the Tigers' Miguel Cabrera. You won the American League MVP for the second straight year. From Tigers Radio, 97.1 The Ticket.
Well, welcome back. We're in our last segment here. Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. We're local, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. You can always send us an email to mortgage.show@lowrateonline.com, or just check out our email, punch in Capital Mortgage, and our numbers will pop up and all that stuff. If you want to hear some previous shows, you can go right to the radio show and check it out. Lots of information always to share with you.
And that's lowrateonline.com, right? That's
Did I say that?
You said Capital Mortgage. Yeah, lowrateonline.com.
Got it. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's our website. Yeah. I'm sorry. Harry.
And complaints.
That's why you're here, Harry. Thank you.
Glans at lowrateonline.com.
I've been good today, man.
You're behaving yourself. How about Gary out in Mount Clemens? Gary, what's your question, sir?
Yeah, I want to sell my house on a land contract. How does that benefit me as a seller? I mean, is that a good deal for me, or is it a better deal for the buyer?
It's a better deal for the buyer. Why do you want to sell it on a land contract?
Well, I'm selling it to a relative of mine, and I really don't want to deal with a house as far as putting it on the market. I want to sell it myself, and I thought that would be an easy way out to avoid any real estate fees and things like that.
Well, why don't you just sell it to him, have him get a mortgage?
Yeah, sell it for a sale by owner and have him get a mortgage.
He's not able to do it. He's got a lot of other financial issues.
Why would you put yourself in a position, family or not, to sell this guy your house? If he can't pay any other bills, why is he going to pay you?
Well, it's not that he can't pay the bills. He's got the money, but
well, then you're going to do him a favor, and I think it's seller financing. You're still on the hook for it. You still have to make the mortgage payment. He's going to make a payment to you, but the payment's still obligated to get made. Something goes wrong, you're stuck with it. But that's okay. It happens. And are you charging him a preferential rate? What's the rate you're going to charge him?
Yeah, the house has no mortgage or anything. It's free and clear.
Okay. Well,
and I thought what I could do is sell it to him on a 48-month contract, and at the end of that, he could get his own mortgage.
Yeah. Well, if he's a family member, you're doing him a solid. Sounds like you've thought about it, and doesn't sound bad to me at this point in time.
The situation comes up, Gary, and it's great that you're going to help a family member out. But again, sometimes we get these bad phone calls where it didn't work out. And the reason why is when you get into a land contract, that's not like renting to somebody. So to get somebody out of there or foreclose on them or to remove them, right?
It's not an eviction, it's a foreclosure.
Right. Exactly. So it really becomes tricky on, are you going to do it with rent with option to buy? Should he just rent it from you? Or is he going to give you a big chunk of money? There's lots of different things you got to think about.
The house is free and clear. So the guy that's buying the house doesn't have to worry that the guy who still owns the house is going to make a mortgage payment. The however is the taxes still have to be paid, insurance still has to be paid, all those kind of things.
House should be kept up pretty well.
But there's some risk to it, but this is a lower risk situation than a normal land contract situation.
Gary, what we'd like to do for you, we're going to follow up with you, is if you do enter into the agreement and move forward, we would like to maybe help you by taking a look at who that family member is, who's going to be paying you every month, and maybe we can set him up so that he's going to be able to get that mortgage in 4 years.
Right.
Because a lot of times they come back to us right now, we're getting phone calls, and they didn't do what they needed to do. They didn't document their payments to you. They haven't taken care of their financial house. They haven't fixed up their credit. So there's a lot of reasons why sometimes we want to grab those families and say, hey, let's set this up so you're able to pay off your land contract when the actual contract's up.
Yeah, the concern with the land contract, too, is it makes you the bank. I mean, that's a legally binding transaction. It's not like a rent with option to buy. So if you're renting to someone, you can evict them. Whatever. It takes
90 days or 60 days.
I mean, you sell someone a house on a land contract and they stop paying.
Process.
It's a foreclosure. It's a full thing. There's a 6-month redemption period, though, in a land contract. contract? I mean, it's a year versus 90 days to get them out of there.
You just never know what happens. And again, if family members, it's just, you know what, grab them, hug them, and show them the way to do it the right way.
Well, chances are this guy's going to get a good deal. He's going to get on a land contract probably in the 6% range, 6-7%, which, you know, that's a good deal on a land contract.
Sure.
And, you know, he's going to have a place to live, and hopefully he can repair that credit, or by making payments or not taking on additional debt, he's going to be able to have a good credit score.
Sounds good to me. All right, cash out transactions. Those are really happening right now. Again, a lot of families didn't have the equity in their homes. The bubble burst back in 2007, really through 2007 and 2010. We're starting to see the values come back. If you try to consolidate debt in the past, if you try to refinance in the past, the equity wasn't there. Things have changed recently. Definitely give us a call, Capital Mortgage Funding. We can find out what choices you might have. And again, sometimes people call us up and they say, you know, am I FHA? Am I conventional? There's a reason why you're one or the other, or you might just want to select one or the other. But the FHA borrowers truly are coming to us. Many of them had foreclosures, bankruptcies, things of that nature that requires them to obtain this FHA loan. It doesn't mean you must keep the FHA loan forever. Again, you might have to get one now, making the payment a little higher. They got the high MIP, that mortgage insurance premium they tack on FHAs, Alex. It's a killer. But once you get past where you can qualify now for a conventional mortgage, and again, we don't know where the rates are going to be 3 years when you qualify today. We don't know where they're going to be at. But you set yourself up, you understand why you're getting that loan, and that way you're able to change things down the road. Also, the 203K loans are still happening in a big way. Folks, the house could be in horrible shape. You might be able to really benefit yourself by obtaining an FHA 203K loan. You must call Capital Mortgage Funding. We get them done better than anybody.
But that's a great point, Harvey. You know, we don't know what rates are going to be down the road. Okay, but we do know what good mortgage programs are for the individuals that we sit down and talk to or talk to on the phone. And because we go ahead and we go over their financial information, their credit report, their income. All right, nobody had to tell us 10, 12 years ago that an interest only or a negative AM loan was a bad loan. Now there are rules against it that the CFPB are putting in place. Okay, Fannie and Freddie won't even allow them in their underwrites anymore. Okay, an interest-only loan. Now, were interest-only loans bad loans for everybody? No, but for the general public, the John Q. public, there's no way you should have ever done an interest-only loan.
Zero-down, interest-only loan to a 24-year-old kid buying their first house because they just don't get it.
All right, so, and look what happened with houses depreciating, a lot of foreclosures. So you take out a loan, say the balance was $200,000 in 5 years, and you're paying the minimum interest on it. What's your balance? $200,000 plus the per diem interest.
Right.
All right. What happens if you bought that house in 2005 and then the value went down? So now you're underwater, and these kind of products and programs contributed to the bad things that have happened. So now here we are 10 years later, 12 years later, and they're saying that they're bad programs when we knew they were bad programs back in the day.
248-539-9797. Might be able to sneak a couple more phone calls in. How much do you really qualify using debt-to-income ratios? The fact is, again, there's maintenance, utility costs. We spoke about this a little bit earlier. Don't stretch yourself too thin. Sit down with true professionals that can point out to a young couple that's talking about having a family that, look, this is what it costs to have a family. I mean, I know the facts are out there, Alex. You're a young family. Sure. These are big decisions that families make. Where am I going to live? Should I get married? If I become a homeowner, what program am I going to get? How much am I going to put down? These are all humongous decisions, and they do take some time. But again, having that professional help, to me, it's all that really matters nowadays.
There's something called, Alex, for you, there's something called payment shock.
Sure,
okay, people are used to making a certain payment. They're looking at a new house. Can you absorb that additional money on a monthly basis? And like we talked about, it's not only the principal, interest, taxes, insurance, the utility bills, the things you want to put in the house. You know, Alex has to have that super duper refrigerator that does everything for him. He's got to have that.
Got to play golf.
Right. He's going to play golf. He's going to go ahead and build a man cave down in the basement or wherever he's going to do it. He's going to do all that.
I just don't. I hate when I see people that I look at a file and they're literally their house poor, and I'm just. It's like, dude. I mean, if it's nice if you're sitting with your wife on a Sunday afternoon and you say, hey, you want to go grab some cheeseburgers and watch a Lions game at whatever bar. It's cool to be able to do that, man. There's some people. I look, man. I get the bank statements. There's like $9 left over the end of the month, man. I'm like, dude, you guys need to sell this house and downsize.
Yeah,
you have to.
These are things that you got to really sit down with professional people and really figure it all out. Are you going to send your kids to public schools, private schools? If you do have a family and you're using both your incomes, was your wife going to stay home? Do you need child care costs? Everyone's got something going on a little bit different out there. Also, some additional information, self-employed families out there. Again, yes, you can get mortgages. Yeah, self-employed just means you're self-employed. Yes, whatever income you show after you write it all off is the income that we're able to
I can't get a loan because I'm self-employed. But you can't get a loan because you don't pay taxes.
But I really make more than I show.
We know that.
I really make more than I show.
Also, a 2-year average is used on self-employed income. So be careful when you sit down with your tax guy. That's coming up here in a couple of months. And if you're going to sit down and write it all off in 2013 and you're thinking about getting a mortgage next year, you got to consider all of these things.
That's right.
All right, gentlemen, that's the music that sounds us to tell us that's it. Another version of the Hardcore Mortgage Show.
I'd like to go another hour, but Pat Caputo's coming on board, but he won't let us go another hour.
We got sports here all day. I know we got Michigan State over in Nebraska. We got Michigan in Illinois. Or no, in Northwestern, actually, in Evanston. So a lot going on. We're going to take the Red Wing curse off right now. There you go. It's snap. So look out for their wings moving forward here. And we want to thank all our callers for calling in. Call us at Capital Mortgage, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. For Alex Nafusi, Harry Glantz, I'm Harvey Freed. See you next Saturday.
Hi, Harry Glantz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, and they're not going down to zero. So what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. If you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Capital Mortgage Funding is a proud division of United Shore Financial Services and MLS number 3038, Equal Housing Lender. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE.
When it comes to tackling, the Detroit Lions defense takes their job very seriously. And when it comes to tackling cancer,